So it seems like being a 2D classic clothing designer on the Roblox platform is about to become really difficult, because starting on July the 14th, the platform is rolling out a brand new update that is going to combine the upload and publishing rules for both 2D and 3D avatar items to make them operate under the exact same economy. The company is claiming that they're doing this to give both formats a consistent foundation for avatar creators, so everything is on an even playing field. But if you look closely at what these new rules actually are, you'll realize that this is a massive problem for 2D creators who rely on classic clothing. Now, ever since the start, the classic clothing market has been the easiest way for new designers to get into the economy, because making a simple 2D shirt or a pair of pants was always affordable and easy to learn at the time. They're adding so many insane upfront fees and strict requirements that it's going to force small designers out of the market before they even get a chance to start, and it feels like they're targeting the very people who build the catalog from the ground up by making the rules way too hard to follow. So to even get a basic shirt onto the store now, the baseline requirements are being made to match the very expensive 3D formats that already exist. Just to upload your design to the website, creators now have to verify their ID, of course, or link a parent account to the system so the platform knows exactly who's making the items. On top of that verification wall, the cost just to upload the item is now set at 200 Robux per item. Keep in mind that this is just a fee to put the item on the platform so you can see it in your inventory, and it doesn't even give you the right to sell to other players yet. If you want to actually publish the item and put it on sale in the marketplace so you can earn some money back, you have to go through even more safety hurdles. You also must have 2-step verification enabled on your account, and even worse, you're forced to pay for an Active Plus subscription every single month just to keep your store open. But the worst part of these new requirements is the upfront cost you have to pay just to be able to publish it. So creators will now have to pay a publishing advance starting at 600 Robux just to put their 2D items on the market for people to buy. When you add up the 200 Robux upload cost, the monthly subscription fee, and the huge 600 Robux publishing advance, the barrier to entry for making a simple shirt is more than 800 Robux, or in other words, it's literally just way too high for the average player to ever afford. It used to be something anyone could do for fun, but now it's a very expensive investment just to see your own design in the shop. And if you somehow manage to pay all those fees to get your clothing on sale, the amount of money you actually make from each purchase is being slashed drastically, so you earn way less than before. Before this new update was announced, a 2D clothing creator would keep a very fair 70% of the revenue from a normal marketplace purchase, which helped them make a very decent profit on their hard work. But under the new unified rate going into effect July the 14th, that cut is being slashed down to just 30% for the creator. That means the platform is taking away more than half your earnings compared to what you used to make for the exact same item sitting in the store. And if you thought things couldn't get any worse, the math gets really bad when you look at how in-game purchases work now under this new system. If someone bought your classic shirt while playing inside the game, you would get 60% of the cut, while the game owner would take a small 10% finder's fee. But now, the game owner gets a huge 40% of the cut, which leaves the actual creator to design the clothing with only 30% of the profit. While that sounds really nice for the game developers who run the big servers, it is a very horrible change for the actual artists and designers who are watching their profits vanish overnight. You're basically doing all the hard work of creating an outfit just to give most of the money away to someone else. When you look at all these changes combined, you really have to wonder why they're making it so insanely expensive to make classic shirts and pants. The real motive behind getting the profits and stacking fees on 2D creators is that they're actively trying to force everyone to shift over to 3D clothing, because it basically fits the start of the plan that the CEO David Bazooka has been thinking about for a very long time. Now, during a conversation with his investors way back in 2022, he openly admitted that ultimately all the clothing on the platform will be 3D clothing, and that he expects 100% of users to be using layer clothing in the future. He did tell the investors that there'll still be an opportunity for people to create 2D clothing, but he clarified that it will just be used for painting textures on the 3D clothes rather than using traditional 2D clothing like we're used to. It is very clear that David Bazooka does not want the 2D style clothing to stick around much longer, and they're now using these new economic changes to make sure that his vision becomes a reality by letting the classic 2D market slowly die on its own. By dropping the revenue cut down to 30% and adding a 600 Robux publishing fee on top of the upload cost, small classic designers simply will not be able to afford making clothes anymore, because they will never make their money back. This is probably the end of classic clothing as we know it, because they're making it financially impossible to survive as a 2D clothing creator on the platform, and overall, it's really sad to see such an important piece of the community get left behind. Now, if you want to consider a really big situation regarding how Roblox and David Bazooka have been going through the exact same playbook to erase the classic history of the platform, then click the video on the left right now.